This is my video on the Totspots Easy Fit. Here you can see the version 3 and the version 4, so I'm going to show the differences between the two. This is the version 3. My version is a Frugi print, one of the earlier ones. They have recently done more prints from Frugi, but it is exactly the same size and shape as the new version. No difference in there. One big difference I've noticed between the two is, well, not just the change in fibres, but also there's a slight difference in length. This is the bit that's connected, but it folds inside into the pocket. The pocket there, you put it in. So you can see there's a slight difference in length. The version 3 is made of a Minky fabric. In the UK we can't actually call it Minky because we have a company already named Minky who make things like clothes dryers, they make whirligigs, things like that. So there was a huge thing about being allowed to call this Minky. Most fabric stores will call it something else, Cuddle Soft and things like that. I don't really think there's actually a proper name for it, but for now, because some of you might actually be outside the UK watching this, I'll just call it Minky. The difference between the two companies is the way they spell it. One is spelt with 2 E's, the other is spelt with a Y. This one is spelt with 2 E's. So it's very, very soft, and it's also here as well. It's very kind and gentle on baby's bum. It's kind of the stuff that you find on baby blankets. Usually. I've got one that's kind of got bumps and stuff. It's very soft. It's the same on the other side as well, so exactly the same. It is quite thin though, but of course this would be folded into the pocket there, so it would be doubled over like this. Some people will like to kind of fold it slightly at the front a bit more for boys, which is what I did with my son. Everything's the same otherwise, the two versions here. One of the issues I found with the version 3 is it hasn't lasted as long. I have tested up to 4 hours on both nappies. I always suggest to not leave a nappy on for more than 4 hours unless say night time, but these tests are done minus the night time, so these are just used in the daytime. This however would last me about my daughter 3 hours, and for my son, who was a heavy wetter, he didn't use this print but he used one similar. It was the same sort of design. It was just a blue nappy. This only lasted him about an hour. This one lasts my daughter about 3 hours before we start getting leaks. The normal place that I get leaks are around here a little, but we also get them quite a fair bit at the back actually. And near the middle. She's a girl, so I guess that makes sense. As I said, this is a Frugi print, which has these lovely little owls and foxes on it. The one thing that kind of drew me to this was my little girl. I do have a girl and a boy, but this is for my girl. The main thing I liked about this was not only was it a pink print, but it also had blue hook and loop, or Velcro or Plix, whatever you like to call it. Hook and loop is the main thing we call it. So that was kind of a big thing for me because it tends to be a colour for boys. It was nice to see, you've got matching poppers here as well. Nice to see a blue being used in a kind of a girly look. The other thing that's the same is there are 2 on each side of the female popper, and then there's a male and another male, and that's to take it down to a smaller size all the way to up to the top. Open it fully there. It starts out at about £8, I think goes up to about £35. So here is the brand new version 4. It's not long been out, a couple of months now, but this is actually a new print. It's the lovely birthday print. I like this print because it's actually very unisex. It's got blue, purple, oranges and yellows, sort of greens as well. So it's a nice, and also the red as well. It's a nice kind of unisex colours. Looks great on a boy and a girl. So, main difference, the fibre that they use, the fabric. They again call it, they call this minky, but neither sides feel minky to me. And the other side is bamboo, which should be this. Bamboo is very, very absorbent, but does take a while to dry. This to me looks more like a microfiber, so I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, they call this a binky. It's meant to be bamboo and minky, but don't know. So you can see it's also quite thick as well, really quite thick. And of course, when this goes inside, going that way actually, it has a nice kind of thickness. But what I do like about this is you'll notice here there are these two poppers here. That's because what comes along with it is this, another same sort of style, but it feels a bit thicker actually. It's a booster and very easy, to the point that I can do this with one hand. So there's the poppers on that side. There we go. So now I've got that all ready, and what that would be is it would fold in. I can't actually fold it with one hand, but it will fold in basically like that. Let's pretend that's in. It is a bit bulkier being like that, but for something like a heavy wetting child, or just wanted it a bit boosted so it lasts a bit longer, definitely good. And there's no issues really of it looking bulky. Especially in the summertime, where you're probably not going to be wearing any trousers or anything, and you might be quite happy to show off this nappy. So it isn't really much of an issue. I've again not tried this at night time just yet. So I tend to get, I'm unable to test this on my son now that he's out of nappies. He won't let me try it out on him for obvious reasons. But what I have found is I can get about 4 hours of this on my daughter and I don't get any leakage. Again, I always check the same areas. I check around here, I check the back on my daughter, but I also do check other areas as well. And I've never found any leaks of this yet. Drying time, this definitely dries a lot faster, but to be honest, I have tried this up against my other bamboo and hemp and my charcoal bamboo products, and this tends to dry out faster. I've had a couple of times where I wasn't able to do the full test due to bad weather, but so far this has actually been next to only one other type of nappy has beaten it, and that was because it was a complete microfiber. Microfiber will always be quick drying, but if you've got a heavy wetter, I wouldn't recommend using microfiber. So this nappy, I give it the thumbs up. I hope this has helped you see the differences between the two. Like I said, I've got these both opened up. So this has also got the 2 down and then the one that clips. So it will go to this exact same size. There is pretty much no change in the shape and style there. The old version did have a poppers version, but they no longer do that anymore. But the general big difference is definitely the fibres, and also for the same price, I mean, you get this. It's great. I definitely think this is worth its money. Thanks for watching. Bye.